Hi guys, welcome to Spinning Tales. I'm Miss Cathey. You might hear some kids in the background playing and screaming and laughing. They're outside playing right now. Today we're going to be reading Clark the Shark. In all the wide blue seas, in all the wide blue world, the top school for fish was Theodore Roosterfish Elementary. And all of the fish at Theodore Roosterfish, the biggest and the strongest was Clark the Shark. Clark loved school and he loved his teacher, Mrs. Inkydink. He loved to play upsy-downsies and spin-a-majig with his friends, and Clark loved his life. School is awesome, shouted Clark. Less shouting, more reading, said Mrs. Inkydink. Lunchtime is sweet, yelled Clark. Lunch on your own lunch, said his best friend, Joey Mackerel. Recess rocks, said Clark the Shark. You're playing too rough, Clark, cried the other kids. Yes, Clark loved his life with all his sharky heart, but he loved everything way too much. He was too loud, he was too wild, he was just too much shark for the other fish to handle. After a while, no one would play with Clark. No one ate lunch with him. No one sat with him at circle time. Even his best friend, Joey Mackerel, said, "Cool your jet, Shark. You're making me crazy." One day, Clark asked Miss Inkydink, "What's wrong with everyone?" Miss Inkydink patted his friend. "Clark, sometimes you play too hard. You munch too hard, and gosh, you even help too hard. But life is so exciting," said Clark. "There's a time and a place for everything," said Mrs. Inkydink, "and sometimes the rule is stay cool." At recess, Clark tried to stay cool, but he pushed the swing too much. Zing! Sorry, said Clark. "I forgot." "Yikes!" cried Joey Mackerel. At lunch, Clark tried to stay cool, but everything smelled so good that he munched a bunch of lunches. "Sorry," said Clark. "I forgot." "We're starving," said his friends. In class, Clark tried to stay cool, but a good book got him all shook up. "Now, Clark," said Miss Inkydink, "this isn't the time or the place. Tell me, what's the rule?" "Stay cool," said Clark. "Hey, that rhymes," he cried. Then Clark got a big idea in his sharky head. "Maybe if I make a rhyme, I'll remember every time," he thought. The next day, he put his plan to work. In class, when lessons got exciting, Clark wanted to bounce up out of his seat. Instead, he told himself, "When teacher's talking, don't go walking." And what do you know? It worked. "Attaboy, Clark," said Mrs. Inkydink. Clark smiled. Lessons are fun. At lunch, everything smelled so yummy. When Clark wanted to eat and never stop, he told himself, "Only munch on your own lunch." And it worked again. "Way to go, Clark," said his friends. Clark grinned. Lunch is fun. At playtime, Clark told himself, "Easy does it, that's the way. Then my friends will let me play." And playtime was fun. Once more, Clark loved his life. But then a shadow fell across the playground, a ginormous shadow with tentacles galore. "It's a new kid and he looks scary," cried Joey Mackerel. "Swim for your lives!" The squid squashed the slide, snapped off the swings. "Oops, my bad," said the new kid. "Wait," said Clark. "He just wants to play. Let's find a way." And he swam at the new kid with all his might. Clark played harder than he ever had before, upsy-downsy and spin-a-majig. Why, he even made a new game, Tell Wumpa-Lumps. "Wow, that was fun," said the new kid, and he settled down. If you want to come to school, you've got to stay cool," said Clark. "That's right," Clark said, Miss Inkydink, "and that's for taking care of our new classmate," said our classmate, Sid the Squid. "Hooray for Clark!" everyone cheered. That night, Clark's mother asked, "What did you learn at school, dear?" "There's a time and a place for everything," Clark said. "Sometimes you stay cool. But sometimes a shark's gotta do what a shark's gotta do." The end. Okay, today we're gonna make a shark craft. We're gonna make our own little Clark the Shark. You need red paper, 2 different color blues, it doesn't matter which one. I chose light blue for the shark and a brighter blue to paste him on, and white, scissors, a pencil, and glue stick. Now, I got the template off of a website called craftinggenie.com, okay? That's where I got it. You can absolutely freehand it if you want to. I printed it out, super easy if you go to that website, and it tells you which color to make each one. I already pre-cut everything. So half of your shark is going to be white, that's the bottom where his mouth is, and the other top is going to be blue. So it's gonna look like this. When you glue it on, you're gonna glue it back to back like this. You're gonna overlap it just a little bit. So let me get my blue paper and show you. Here, I glued on the bottom, or the top first, his head. I glued on the top first. And then I put his mouth over the top of it. I didn't push down the sides all the way or the top because you need to get the fins in there. And the top up here for his fin at the top of his head. Then you're gonna overlap the bottom one like this, so they overlap each other. I took his fins and I just put a little bit extra glue on the side right here. And I put his fins in there on one side, and then I glued the other side like this, and his fins are gonna be pointing down. And then the same thing for the top. I just put a little bit of glue there and added my shark fin at the top. So it looks like this. That's his head and his fins. Now his mouth, it has you cut a little red mouth, and that goes glued in the middle. And then he has 2 sets of teeth, the top and the bottom. The longer one goes on the top and the shorter one goes on the bottom. So it looks like this. And then I put a little glue on the bottom for his teeth, like this. Now his eyes. It comes with printable eyes because it's made for a whole class. I took a set out and used it, but you don't have to do that. You can draw them. You can use googly eyes if you have googly eyes as well. You don't have to use these eyes, but I chose to because I thought they were really cute. So you just cut out his eyes or draw them and paste those on. 2 little bits of glue right here on the top of the middle here. And you've got yourself a Clark the Shark. Thank you very much.